Hello there, good morning. You're welcome. This is Newsroom on GHOne television. I am Serwaa. Amihere. Let's begin with our top stories. Coming up in the next hour, newly outdoored NPP running mate Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh comes under fire following his comments claiming President Akufo-Addo has outperformed Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
What is he? This is ahistorical. This is ahistorical. What is she? On what basis? On what metric? What is he talking about?
Also coming up, family of 24-year-old lady found dead in a hotel swimming pool suspects foul play after police fails to reveal autopsy report with no arrest made a month after the incident. And still in politics, Deputy Communications Director for the NPP seeks reversal of curse after Galamsey confession. Should curses be the way to go? We'll have a conversation on that shortly. And later in business, government business grinds to a halt as civil and local government strike bites hard, increasing public frustrations. We have details of these and many more coming up shortly. Do stay. Welcome once again to Newsroom on GHOne television. I am Serwaa. Amihere. This morning, newly outdoored NPP running mate Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh has come under fire after his unveiling for claiming that President Akufo-Addo has outperformed Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Now, this comes after Dr. Opoku Prempeh kept a barrage of criticisms following his claim that the incumbent president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has performed better than all previous presidents, including Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Speaking at a rally in Kumasi yesterday to officially introduce him as the running mate, the former education minister and outgoing energy minister described Akufo-Addo's achievements as unprecedented. Let's take a look.
But the Mr. was a free side Ghana from 1957. The new president be our Ghana China and Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Messi a free 1957. Back on the Mofamo Kwame Nkrumah no Mofamo Obia di wa abadi mampanya wa Ghana ho ban and Ghana kola nim China and Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Me can say the Jawa near the Swam. The Jano of us why ye money ya kono. It's in Nigeria. Yamma see 2008 the big CBO. Chama would be kind of make us so. The Abaya fair, the Abaya di Monyam, Sanana Dubako, Adako, run over. Not 7 January. What's so on one in your control of your son? Many nearby. And not the child, yeah. It was a Juma Papa, no. Dr. Obiababa Shabuma, Nagana, I couldn't him. Mesoya Babu, we are branch now. No doubt.
Well, the claims by the running mates of Dr. Bawumia have sparked various reactions, with many accusing him of intellectual dishonesty. Professor Edu Jemfi, political scientist and historian at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, in an interview with my colleague Nadede Tete, stated that Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh's comparison is totally baseless.
What is he? This is ahistorical. This is ahistorical. What is she? On what basis? On what metric? What is he talking about? What is he talking about? I mean, that is why I've said time and again that it should be scripted. It should be scripted. It should be scripted. The truth of the matter is that you can't just stand on a platform and say that President Akufo-Addo has been the best president since 1957? Is
yes,
that what he said?
Yes, since independence. Yes, 1957.
Since independence.
Yes.
We'll come to the table again on another day, and we'll make sure that he understands what he said means to both academia and society. It's quite nauseating, or better one of the right way. We should know better. My sister, quite unfortunate. Look, I'm a political historian. It gets on my nerves when people speak extempore and they just say they want to stay, right?
Let's still stay on Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. The Deputy Director of Special Duties of the NDC says Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh is the worst Minister of Education and Energy that Ghana has ever had. Hence, he's not surprised at his utterances on Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He spoke earlier with me on GH Today.
We are not going to vote because of Munianaba. We are going to vote based on competence. He's the worst education minister we have ever had.
But he implemented
He implemented free senior high school to destroy secondary education in Ghana.
Oh, please.
He was moved to the energy sector. He destroyed the energy sector as well. He led the sector into doomsday again. He said that Dr. Nkrumah is worse compared to Akufo-Addo.
West side.
The man does not respect Ghanaians. He speaks anyhow. Since 1957, no president is compared to President Akufo-Addo, including Napu's own grandfather, President Kufuor, because he's also boxed in that era. That no president, in fact, he was just 1 second away from mentioning Kufuor when he stopped.
It's now time to bring you comments on social media following this. Who has been the best president in terms of performance? Is it Dr. Kwame Nkrumah or Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo? Let's check out what social media is saying. And Mrs. Akwa is standing by with all of the details. Mrs. Akwa, what do you have for us?
Good morning, Serwaa. Well, we put up a poll, as you said, on X, formerly Twitter. Now we have Akufo-Addo has 11.9% of the votes, and then Kwame Nkrumah has 88.1% of the votes. So that is what you have, but we have 1,738 votes. Let's see what you also had to say. We have here, this is an insult to Kwame Nkrumah. And when we move down, we have Seno, who says there is no need to vote. We already know. How can you compare a failed 7 to 8 year government to Dr. Kwame Nkrumah? It is never possible. Then we have here Nana say Kwame Nkrumah was not only helpful but sensible too. Then we have here arrogant man like Napo wants to be a vice president. They play. When we move further down, we have here Innocent, who says, you people must stop this crass disrespect to Nkrumah. Then we have Evans saying it is haram. Then we have Kobe, this shouldn't even be a debate. Then the next comment here, not up for debate, the same thing there. Then Asori Penyi says, that's Napo's loose talk. We have here Liro, who says, in the first place, there's nothing to compare. Kwame was and is the blueprint, the reference point, the base and the foundation. So there's no need for this. When we go on further, we have here, in fact, Nkrumah is still helping Ghana. Then Baden says, Osajifo and Ojijifo. Then we have here Bernard. Nah, people will think that Akufo-Addo helped Ghana. Then we have here mismatch, big disrespect to Nkrumah. When we go further down, we have Kojo, the one on the left of the picture, helped in sending Ghana into the ditch, whilst the one on the right helped Ghana to be liberated from the road of poverty onto the road of self-reliance, economic stability, and better the lives of the citizens. Well, we can't give you any more than that because that's all we have time for. My name is Nanama Aqua. Let's see maybe if things will change moving forward. Serwaa, back to you.
Thank you very much, Nanama, for bringing us those comments. Now, let's cross over to the Ashanti region now, because that was where the running mate to the vice president was outdoored yesterday, and get some reactions. Are they happy with the announcement of Napo? What exactly are the people of Kumasi saying? And my colleague, that's him over there, Justice Bidiako, is standing by with all of that reactions. Justice, thank you for joining us. Where exactly are you and what can you tell us?
So currently I'm stationed at Ashtown in Manchia South constituency, just few meters to the old court building. That is where I am standing at the moment. And I must say that I came to meet a heated debate in this particular area among the youth who are saying that they are not happy with the performance of the government, but they are happy that Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh has been, appointed as the running mate to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. They are excited that they have one of their own to partner Dr. Bawumia for his campaign activities, and hopefully if he wins, then they will get vice president coming from Manchia South constituency, for that matter Ashanti New Town, popularly known as Ashtown. There's a lot of debate, and as you can see, the youth are still debating about the performance of the MP in this constituency, the government in this constituency, and Ghana at large. And so we'll engage some of them and listen to their concerns and what they make of what is happening in the country. Ura Mpacho, what's your name?
Your friend is Safo.
Safo. Manchia South constituency, court down Hankata and out.
Mete court feel.
And I confirming Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh as the running mate to Bawumia MPP for vice presidential candidate on the Neko election 2024. Mote namuhunu dia kosi mamonije.
Kakra mekane se mechia ahwefo ene atiefo a omohwe GHOne television. Ya me pesa mekane se Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh on the MP for Manchia South Asi. Yanen na yede ewa ha. So na mpuntu juma MP etwa se oye no onye dey onye uko wanim kakra bi ahwe kwan ewa ha ansa na mo ba hai. Odefo onye dey ehwe ho. Santehene ebo obedwa mo ba yo mu yi ni kire no. Okasa no ka asem bi se watete se Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh oye obi a yesi wanya dey omuade ni onim kasa. So Santehene tu ni fo ewo dem no sa be kan no obedwom se wo tu Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh fo na sa asem no ne na wa ahemfie ni Manchia South onim so onte sa endi don hwere baako ena obegina Jubilee Park ena o ka say mokwa amen kroma no since independence yenya president awaba wa born home identity say na Akufo-Addo da, meaning say President Akufo-Addo wa born home identity e che kwa amen kroma, but ye share from independence everybody be seen na ye pe aban a wa ba Ghana wa boposia pa MPP aban ene na Akufo-Addo. From independence we see nya fa hu di be seen ne aban a wa ba wa boposia esu want me nye monumental project yentimi pinpoint eye one Akufo-Addo ye jitum say NDC anye ni yie obesle Ghana for say ote ye kan say ye tisika so come de yemfo akonwa ne dey ema Ghana for to abetia Mahama ene ye di akonwa ne dey ema President Mahama ni ene netie ne to Kalipo 1 cedi Kalipo Park na 18 cedis na Akufo-Addo obanom Kalipo wa ha say obanom anka o kegetia ene pampa so ene Kalipo Park say.
Yeah, it means you are disappointed.
Me are highly disappointed in the current government.
But the choice of Napo,
disappointed say you are pointing Napo as you can say Bawumia running mate. I'm highly disappointed because no many anje one yenchama many anje Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh ya homaso two one say him kasa politics so the NPP adru no omuhi obi obetimi akoma bom no say him kasa o be ka asema e da to Ghana for omoya MPP for trim no my de omato abaman. But here is the case so amakwako for bi onim kasa.
Thank you very much. So, Serwaa, that is his concern. There are other youths also here. We'll try and speak to them. And even though they are running away from us, I will try and engage other people and see how things are going. So the people are here. They are doing their debates, of course, of what is happening in the constituency, the appointment. But others are also shying to speak to her. There's this young lady who has also joined us. So let's listen to her. Your friend was saying,
me doing the journey.
we are the Juma.
Me students, teacher training.
Teacher training.
Yeah.
So the appointment of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh as running mate, Emma Moamote Menchia South constituency. Etemo saying.
Okay. You who say Menchia South for. So you who say Dr. Matthew Prempeh. Abaye running mate ni eni age amane ye say radeba buano na wetimi aye na wetimi abaye omampanyi abedi eche ebi mbagana da say dey twan ana ma de say dey nso aye won say ye say omo a cha training for ye ofie ntomo mbra na omunye hu bibi ma ye ne nko skum ne da so ofie. Yeah.
What does you feel? How long am I?
Okay, getting to 3 weeks. Yes, sir.
Does that mean say some more can say near me koye bibia kamano eyade amo munjintum?
Because why not? Adia yeba boy mebunu no. Eno na wasa mo hye so na mo ye mai. Ti enu de sana me chere ma adwen afa.
So Serwaa, this young lady also says she's a teacher training. She has been in the house for about some concerns that they are actually put before the government to resolve, but they have not done it. So at the moment here in the house, they are hoping that the government will resolve those issues. So the concerns come in that indeed that the government has really performed very well, and that they are comparing him to Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. They think that that cannot be the case, and that is not true. So that is the debate we came to meet here in the Menchia South constituency. The people have moved ahead of us, and they are still continuing with their debate, even though they don't want to speak on camera. We'll try and approach them and listen to them, listen to their side of the story. There's this man here. I just say, I'll come out to you.
What will be one work as a TMP, but not this year. So, again, I'm not making as a man. Okay, can just say what you go to cry and if one open job can some fool will grow him. What be a vino? Now, we go carry out Jana. Why do you
it would you say, dear Omoka, Efa, Napo, performance, any MPP are buying
from so many pounds. So, mistaken, why fine. Yeah, what I said against a cow, but two Jim McCann said, Yanapaka and what 20 party. As a man, okay, Yanapaka or 20 party. On Pacho, you okay, what 20 party. As a okay, what did you come and come at him? As a man, okay, because an echo. They say, Yanapaka, what 20 party.
Thank you very much. Opinion was what the area happy. As a man of Pokai and any debate I have to was so then what didn't share anything.
I didn't say one with the gun of one where the engine because Papa dia or canoe. Someone to offer young woman at Yasenum, a cost of living. So someone 1 minute at Yasenum, maybe a minute at Yasenum. When you that's what you are couple of in the home. I do something you hope. Petrol oil revenue. Petrol and tea. Petrol and tea was made an empty car. Petrol and tea. Huh? Why you I know another say.
Now also then Mausa near my working equipment.
No research man. Pipes are turned the Biarritz near too. The beer to Adams, Mohana Montenegro Muslims, kind of Motena Basabasa, so Mohana economy of Bunyan year. I did try this and I did to your website. I had you
it's a pipe no more is saying a costing.
We are there 35 cities, I'll come between an east city. Now could be a song. I did try this and I don't move to your so I don't have why I didn't play easy.
Serwaa, that is the debate in Manchia South constituency. The people here are divided. Some support Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh. Others are also saying that they cannot give their total support to him because the economy has broke down, the government has failed, and therefore they are not going to vote for the New Patriotic Party in this election. And here is Ashtown, Manchia South constituency, a very known stronghold of the New Patriotic Party. And this is the general debate in the constituency.
Much Isaac Bediako reporting live from Manchia South constituency, specifically Ashtown, and that is the constituency of the now running mate of the vice president, who is also the flag bearer of the NPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. We'll cross over to the Ashanti region again, but this time on a different issue, because vetting is currently ongoing for persons who are to replace Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh in that constituency, since he's no longer going to be a member of parliament. But let's still stay on the man, because since his announcement, like we told you earlier, lots of mixed reaction. A political marketing strategist, Kobi Mensah, has taken a swipe at government and the organizers of the NAPO's unveiling program. He believes that the rally platform provided did not give Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh the opportunity to lay out his ideologies as a running mate. He spoke also with my colleague Na Dede Tete.
Firstly, I think that for a first address, for a candidate who has just been selected, the platform was wrong, because he's been just selected as a running mate, someone who has never been on that level before. So you would expect that they will give it a platform that allows him to be able to display a philosophical and ideological stance on key issues and giving certain themes to talk about. But this time they gave him a campaign rally platform. Campaign rally platform is not the kind of platform that allows for a very interrogative, kind of a speech. All right. Campaign rally platform is like a rabble rousing. People would only shout, they would scream on issues, but not be detailed about, key national issues. And so for me, I think that the first issue was the platform that they gave him. It doesn't allow for serious interrogation of issues. It doesn't allow for serious discussions of national issues. And that is what actually might have actually instigated the kind of responses that we got, and the kind of delivery that he got.
Well, let's move on to other stories. We'll come back to Napo a little later, maybe in a subsequent broadcast. But now, the family of a 24-year-old lady, Lois Abdunakranting, who was found dead in a swimming pool in a hotel in Takoradi, say that they suspect a foul play, as they believe their relative may have been murdered and dumped in the swimming pool. Again, the grieving family say the police have not communicated the results of an autopsy that was carried out same week Lois was found dead, and have also not made any arrests a month after the unfortunate incident. Meanwhile, the Chris Lord Palace Hotel, located at Anaji, a suburb of Takoradi in the Western region where the incident happened, also claims their CCTV was not functioning at the time of the incident. The 24-year-old engineer from KNUST, who had been working as a business support officer with Icon Energy since 2023, embarked on a business trip with her boss and a driver to Takoradi on Friday, 7 June 2024, but was found dead on the dawn of Saturday, 8 June 2024. George Ejenim Boateng, who is a brother of the deceased, is questioning the position of the police as they have refused to give the bereaved family any information and are yet to make any arrests on the issue. Let's have a conversation on the back of this and try to pick up whether there are any new developments. George is a brother of the deceased and joins me via Zoom. George, good afternoon. Thank you very much. First of all, we send our condolences to you and your family. But what have you been able to pick up so far with regard to the death of your sister?
Nothing.
When you say nothing, I want to believe that you made a report to the police. Reason why you say that you haven't heard anything from them. What are they telling you?
Okay, since day one, they keep on telling us that they are on their investigations.
Which police station did you report it to?
Anaji police station.
And you are sure that they have conducted the autopsy report? They have conducted the autopsy?
Yes, we conveyed the body from Takoradi to Kolebu for the autopsy report.
For the autopsy?
The autopsy report was not given to us, but it was given to Ghana police. And the Ghana police told us they will use it for their investigation. Initially, they said they are sending it to standard, if I'm right, standard board also for something, their process. And after that, they will continue their investigation. We keep on asking how far, where has the investigation gotten to. We only get results as we are still investigating, and it's almost 1 month now, they are still investigating. We are not hearing anything from police.
George, how are your parents taking all of this?
It's not easy for the whole family.
Right. So your sister was still a student at the time of this unfortunate incident?
No, she was a worker. She was a worker. She had graduated 2022.
2022, right. Yes. And because from what we gather, she was on a working trip, reason why she was in that hotel. Yes. What about the company that she works with? Have you been able to touch base with them? What have they told you?
Since the police assured us that they will get to the root of the matter, we relied on the police to do their best and find the culprit or find whatever happened or what caused the death of our sister. So for her colleagues, we've not gotten in touch with them.
Okay. What is the next step for the family?
We're waiting for the police.
But since you are not hearing from the police, what do you intend to do?
That is why I took it to social media. I believe Ghana police is very strict in issues like this. So when they told us they are conducting their investigations and later they will get back to us, I believe that they're going to do that. But it's almost a month now, and the hotel is still running. The company is going on with their duties, but we are left behind. That is why I took it to social media. I resorted to media to assist, to help us push for justice for our sister. Because it looks like we have been sidelined. That's what I would say.
Okay. Thank you very much for speaking with us, George. And once again, our condolences to you and the family. And GHOne TV always gets results. We will convey this message. And so the Ghana Police Service, definitely the family does need an update. And I believe that it's only right and fair that you give them an update. Away from that, let's go back to the Ashanti region, because the vetting for who replaces Napo in the Menchia South constituency is currently ongoing at the NPP's office in the Ashanti region. I want to cross over to my colleague Justice Bediako one more time to tell us what exactly he is being up to. And Justice joins me via Zoom. Hello, Justice.
Hello. Yeah, so Serwaa, behind me, I'm standing right in front of the old Ashtown court, and that is where the youth are here in their numbers debating about government policies and its effect on them. And this is what they are telling. That's what we inform who they will vote for. Ask the president of Ghana next year. There are some plumbers here showing us how expensive pipes have become in this country, and so it is affecting their plumbing work. So just appointing Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh as the running mate to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia from Manchia South constituency, for that matter, Ashanti region, is not going to change their decision on who they will vote for. For them, they have been voting for MPP for many years, but now it has come for them to make an informed decision that will transform into their livelihood, and that is what they are going to do. So as you can see, the people are here and they are telling me how they are struggling to, survive under this economy. So now first let me engage this plumber who is holding pipes and share with us how he is struggling with his work. Mpacho your friend was saying?
Your friend Elijah.
Okay, Elijah. Okay. Oh, your plumber. What you man wo ye no? Who some to say?
SMP. I feel we check here pipe we can no. Before say 2016. Now you 28 CD. My about 12 CD. They say I no muka say. 28 Ghana CD. We 3/4. Sorry. 3/4 pipe we and 30, 35. Remember say almost 40 CD.
Thank you very much. So, Serwaa, he is also a plumber and sharing his concerns about the economy. Now, the New Patriotic Party National Executive, led by Chairman Booty Smith Dankwa, together with Chairman Wontumi, the MP for Asokwa, Patricia Piaget, they are all currently in the MPP Manchia South constituency office conducting vetting exercise for 4 out of the 6 aspirants who actually picked forms to contest for the Manchia South MPP parliamentary primaries. So the vetting at the moment is ongoing, and you can see hundreds of party supporters have come there to actually come and support their respective candidates, hoping to be elected as the parliamentary candidate for the New Patriotic Party. So the vetting is ongoing. In the next 2 hours, I'm told they will be done. Then they will brief the media on who will be disqualified and those that will also qualify to contest the election on 14th July 2024. That is on Sunday at Kumasi. So that is what is currently ongoing at the MPP constituency office.
Thank you very much, Isaac Bediako, for bringing us those updates. And stay tuned. We'll be bringing you details on who gets approved to contest and who does not. Back here in Accra, let's take you to the court. And the High Court has rescheduled the ruling on whether the Chief Executive Officer of Men's Gold, Nana Appiah Mensah, popularly known as NAM1, has a case to answer or not to Thursday, July 11. The court had originally fixed today, Wednesday, July 10, to deliver its ruling, but it has been rescheduled to tomorrow, Thursday, July 11, due to the presiding judge, Justice Ernest Owusu-Dapaah's involvement in cases at the Court of Appeal. On June 12, both defense lawyers and the prosecution highlighted on their respective written submissions in favor and against the determination of a prima facie evidence. Prosecution had closed its case after parading 9 witnesses in the case in which NAM1 and 2 of its companies, Men's Gold Ghana Limited and Brew Marketing Consult Ghana Limited, have been charged. They are facing 39 counts, which comprised of selling gold without a license, operating a deposit-taking business, inducement to invest, defrauding by false pretense, fraudulent breach of trust, and money laundering involving the sum of over 340 million Ghana cedis. Following the closure of the prosecution's case, the court presided over by Justice Ernest Owusu-Dapaah is expected to determine whether there is a case for NAM1 and his 2 companies to answer. Today, July 10, the court was expected to decide on whether NAM1 should be called upon to open its defense or be acquitted and discharged based on the testimonies of the prosecution witnesses. But same has been rescheduled to tomorrow, Thursday, July 11. Let's still stay in court because the case of former president of the Ghana Football Association, Kwesi Nyantakyi, has taken a 3-month-long adjournment to the 2024-2025 new legal year. With this legal year ending on July 31, the case will be called again on October 16, 2024, the second weekend of the new legal year. The former GFA boss is facing the charges of fraud by agent and corruption over his involvement in Anas Aremia Anas's number 12 expose. Mr. Nyantechi and former Northern Regional GFA boss Abdullah Al Hassan, who is the second accused person, is also facing an additional charge of conspiracy to fraud. They have both pleaded not guilty to the charges. Now, on June 10, 2024, when the case was last called, Justice Marie-Louise Simmons said the High Court will await on the Court of Appeal's decision to decide on the Kwesi Nyantechi's case. The case before the Court of Appeal will determine how the trial goes, and it will not be appropriate to curtail this trial when the matter is before the Court of Appeal. Now, on Wednesday, July 10, when the parties were expected for the prosecution to update the court on the Court of Appeal, the courts did not sit. Both Kwesi Nyantechi and Abdullah Al Hassan were present with their lawyers while the case has been adjourned to October 16, 2024. Our legal affairs correspondent Mutalai Nusa is reporting that the prosecution's appeal processes to challenge the High Court's order for Anas Aremia Anas to unmask to the accused, his face to the accused persons, are ready with hearing notice to be sent to the parties to appear. You're still watching GHOne on GHOne television. I am Serwaa Amihere. Now, should Ghanaians seeking indigenous means of fighting galamsey with the country facing deforestation? That's the question that we are asking you, because results are scarcely seen despite the numerous government initiatives that have been implemented to combat this illegality. However, the fear of curses may seem like an avenue to explore, all because of what transpired at the Achim-Akwasi area in the Buim North District in the Eastern Region, when a chief invoked curses on the NPP's Eastern Regional Deputy Communications Director, George Krobia Asante, for his engagement in Galamsey. My colleague Elik Blim Awuku has the rest of the story.
Since 1950, about 60% of Ghana's forest cover, which is roughly 2.7 million hectares, has been depleted. Experts warn if current trend continues, Ghana's forest could be entirely wiped out within the next 20 years. But while the Forestry Commission is ramping up its efforts against increasing illegal mining activities, some government-affiliated individuals could be seen as key obstacles to these efforts. One of such is the NPP's Eastern Regional Deputy Communications Director, George Krobia Asante, also known as Gambo, who is currently begging the Ankobia Hene of Noyem Ajinyame, Kofi Kingsley, to reverse a torrent of cases rained down on him for lying about his involvement in Galamsey. The incident occurred after Gambo claimed he had never engaged in illegal mining activities, angering some community members equally involved in Galamsey. The Ankobia Hene called upon the river deity to curse Krobia Asante, invoking death if he had ever been involved in or benefited from Galamsey. Fearing for his life, Krobia Asante reportedly confessed his involvement to local chiefs and requested clemency as well as the reversal of cases. Osaberi Majansi Kodia Iduako, the chief of Achim-Akwasi, confirmed to the news team that the initial rituals to lift the curse had been performed, with further ceremonies planned at the riverside on a later date. Accusations have been leveled against some government and NPP officials, alleging their involvement in Galamsey activities. Finally, Krobia Asante, in March 2013, slammed the NDC for undermining government's anti-Galamsey efforts. Should we then resort to cursing since legal avenues have failed to deliver results? That is food for thought.
Just maybe we should explore it. Let's bring you business news now.
The business segment is brought to you by Bills Microcredit Limited.
The flag bearer of the governing New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, says his party has superior economic records to the NDC. According to him, his running mate, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, has in-depth knowledge of how to govern the nation. He was addressing party supporters at the unveiling of the outgoing Energy Minister in Kumasi on Tuesday.
Under the leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Yaye Juma under very trying circumstances. And yes, sir, COVID buyer, Ukraine war buyer, and then we are singing our buyer. But Osha Ejuma, MPP Yaya, at least as chairman of the economic management team, met me Kase without any fear of contradiction that MPP, our performance on the economy is superior to John Mahamed's performance on the economy. It's a choice between former President John Mahama and the current flag bearer and Vice President Dr. Bawumia. That is the choice. A choice between the future and the past. The past president won already president pen and he failed. Me a vice president, me president, but Obieji to me say, me I am the most effective vice president in the history of Ghana. Obia ejitum, NDC for omujitum. Vice President Omoba Ghana have from independence. Unya Vice President away Juma Asin Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia.
Stay with us. We'll be back with more after the break. You're welcome back to Newsroom on GHOne Television. I am Serwaa Amihere. Now, the strike by the Civil and Local Government Staff Association Ghana, CLOGSAG, has entered day 7 and it is biting hard as workers have abandoned their post due to government's failure to implement a new salary structure for its members. Now, CLOGSAG members began the strike on July 3, declaring they will not return to work until their demands are met. Members of the public who have visited institutions and offices were ClockSAC members deliver services have been left stranded and disappointed. At the Registrar General's Department, for instance, numerous customers were there to register their businesses, while others had to renew their business certificates, only to find out that the workers had laid down their tools. My colleague Calvin Powell has been monitoring the strike action and joins me via Zoom with some updates. Calvin, thank you very much for joining us. Where exactly are you now, and what's the situation there?
All right, so I'm currently at the Registrar General's Department, which also houses the Office of the Registrar of Companies. And currently, the place is quite deserted. As you can see behind me, there's no one inside. Let me quickly move inside and show you what the inside looked like. When I got here, I was met with a security man on duty, and they ushered me in. The place looks so deserted. There's no one here to attend to anyone. As you can see, we have empty chairs around here. The place looks so deserted. There's no one around here. And I met a couple of people outside who actually were coming to transact business over here. But as they entered, since the place is more or less a ghost town, they've returned and they were unable to even speak to me, even through audio, because of the frustration that they are actually going to. Some made mention that they've been here since last week to have businesses registered, but they were met with empty space, as you can see in your shot. And these are the places that you would have initially find staff attending to Ghanaians who are here for business, but the place is actually deserted. You can see empty chairs of officers. This is a registry, and there's no one here to attend to any of Ghanaians who would want to register their businesses. So that is the situation over here. The place is virtually deserted. It's just everywhere. I've been to ministries of foreign affairs, ministries of agriculture, ministry of communication, and the story is the same. The impact is being felt by Ghanaians, and they are calling for government to actually resolve this quickly. Mind you, on the 3rd, when the strike started, government called a meeting between Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, NLC, and ClockSAC. But ClockSAC boycotted that meeting. And from the information I've picked this morning, there's going to be another meeting this afternoon at the NLC. But as to whether ClockSAC will still make that meeting is something that we are all hoping to see. So I will keep viewers abreast with whatever that come out of that meeting. But currently, as you can see, the place is deserted. There's no one inside. No business is going on. Government business is being stifled by this ClockSAC action, and government at this point should respond to this call immediately. So, all
right. Calvin, thank you so much for bringing us these updates, and stay tuned to GH1 television. Day 7 of the ClockSAC strike will bring you updates. Hopefully tomorrow they return back to work after government has settled them. Coming up now is the latest in the world of sports.
Many thanks for joining me here on the Sports Brief. My name is Monica Bukhari. Let's begin with the Olympics, where President of the Ghana Olympic Committee, Benunu Mensah, says Ghana's contingent at this year's Olympic Games will face challenges, but has acknowledged the support from the French Embassy, who have supported the team with 20,000 euros, will help give them the team the needed preparations. He believes that Ghana's contingent can perform better at this year's Games than previous Games.
Well, as for the challenges, once we're a human institution and once we always want to do better than we did before, there will always be challenges. But that is why you and I and everybody here at the World Loop were supposed to overcome those challenges. When we had a challenge of having to fund our pre-games, the French Embassy came on board, the GOC came on board, so that's how we solve solutions. There will always be challenges. I know Ghanaians are expecting a lot from the Olympic Games. Last 4 years in Paris, we were able to win the bronze medal. If we want to show in Tokyo we won a bronze medal in boxing. Unfortunately, this time around we couldn't qualify any of our boxers. If we have to go and say we'll improve, then it's fair and just that we will say that in Paris we need to do better than we did in Tokyo. But let me also add that the Olympic Games takes about 4 years to prepare.
Now let's head to the Euros, where a sensational goal from 16-year-old phenomenal Lamine Yamal helped Spain come from behind to beat France 2-1 in Munich and claim their place in the final of the Euro 2024. Yamal has become the youngest player to score at an European Championship or World Cup, beating the record previously held by Brazil legend Pelé when he shifted the ball into the left foot and curled a stunning shot in off the post from 25 yards in a pulsating encounter. Now, speaking after the game, Spain head coach Luis de la Fuente says he has faith in his players to win this tournament.
Well, I surely have faith per se, but have plenty of faith in this team because my players are exemplary. Individually, they are fantastic, but they make the collective benefits of their individual qualities. So I have to keep the faith in this group of players because they always work for the common good, for the collective effort. They are very generous in their efforts, the work rate. This is just one more sign that this is an insatiable team, that they want to keep improving with spirits of sacrifice, and I have faith in them, and I'm proud to be able to direct these players.
Now, still on the Euros, let's still hear from France striker Kylian Mbappe, who says he's disappointed about the results of his team.
You're always disappointed when you don't win. I think it's normal. Before we wanted to win, and now we go home after the semi-final, so it's a disappointment for sure. I don't know if the confirmation, but the truth is like today we go home, and it's hard to go home when you don't win. I'm not the coach. Yes, I know, but it's a question for the coach. I cannot come here and say this thing have to change, the other thing have to change. I just have to go on the pitch and do my best for the team and for my teammates. So it's a question for the edition.
Now do join us at 1 p.m. here on GHOne TV and Star FM for the game for more sports. My name is Monica Bukhari, but do stay tuned. We have GHOne up next.
Well, on GHOne this afternoon, we have a simple question for you. How many times have you heard Sarkodie's name be mentioned as the most celebrated Ghanaian artist? Countlessly, right? Well, today is the birthday of one of the greatest to ever do it, King Sarkodie. And on GHOne, we're paying tributes to that man. You international news. U.S. President Joe Biden has pledged to provide Ukraine with 5 new strategic air defense systems to counter relentless Russian attacks in a forceful speech welcoming NATO leaders to Washington, D.C. In a strong-worded remark at the opening of the summit, the president declared the military alliance more powerful than ever as it faced a pivotal movement in the war between Russia and Ukraine. And that will be it for the news. On behalf of the entire team led by Mrs. Aliseni, thank you so much for your time and for watching. The news team will be back at 6:30 with News Tonight. I am Serwaa Amihere. Have a good afternoon.